Give you some perspective. Remember, we had a body spa. Some of you can remember that?
Yeah.
You had that? You used that a lot?
Yeah.
I've seen pictures of you using it. That taught us a lot in terms of what it can deliver if we want to take it to the next level. All right? But we do not want to make a new body spa. Because what we have learned with the use of the body spa is the fact that when you do something on the skin, the rest of the body responds. The rest of the body somehow will get some health benefits. That's what we have learned. Which company can you actually name that has skincare products that are really, really powerful, a very robust product category that has been connected to a nutritional health supplement category? Equally robust, equally powerful. No other company has that. Some companies, yes. Company that starts with an H, even in Spanish, right? They may have something very strong or something very good in nutrition, but they suck on skincare. And vice versa. Right? So they've never been able to gather enough knowledge to be able to see, to get a vision, to get importantly an insight how the skin, with skin, it is connected to the rest of the body, and you can actually use that as an entry and to be able to produce both beauty and wellness benefits. That is why when you hear Ryan talks about the company going forward and how we're going to leap into the future, we are the leading integrated beauty and wellness company. But we can't tell that story because importantly, when you look at that vision statement that we have, it's closely connected to a second phrase, and that is powered by all of you. Right? This is a unique company. In fact, I would go as far as to say that Nu Skin is a very strange company when I first joined it in 25 years ago, because I knew nothing about direct selling and I knew nothing about all of you. Mm-hmm. But over the last 25 years, you are collectively a very powerful force.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Okay? And I'm dependent on all of you to use that force rather than sitting on your butt, not doing it. All right? A force cannot be activated if it is not moving and if it's not triggered. So that is what it's about. So this WellSpa is all about the science that we've learned, right? You're going to ask me about the 75 scientists. 10 is one of them, and we have here in Nu Skin. Why do we have 75 scientists? I mean, I can get away with one scientist and come up here and tell you, one scientist, we are a science-based company. We have 75 scientists because these scientists, in combination, because they come from different backgrounds. They're chemists, they're biologists, they're nutritionists, and so on, and skin biologists. You need all that collective different types of expertise coming together, congealing together to be able to understand the new science. Right. So now I'm here talking to all of you, so I'll leave you a message, and that is, now, sometimes we do launch a product that you may not like. That's not my fault. Those are the 75 scientists' fault. Now, if you like a product and you love it and you use it, it's all because of me. 75 scientists because I have 75 excuses to blame them when products don't work. But seriously, it's the message I'm trying to tell you is really, I'm here representing all the total, the collective wisdom and dedication of that team. After all, I mean, all of you love soccer, right? In Latin America, yeah, and we know that. And in any team sport, you can't have one superstar. He's good. Lionel Messi is very good.
Yeah. The
But I
best.
bet you he can't win. He can't win if he plays football by himself.
No.
He needs the other 10, right? He has to pass to somebody, and so on, and get the ball back, and so on. So it's a team of science, is the same thing. So we discovered, really fundamentally, that there is this system in the body that's called, actually it's interesting in Spanish, lymphatical. In English, it's the lymphatic system. This is a network that is spread out throughout your body that controls how pure your body is going to be. All right? That's really its function. It's a transport system. Now, there's a big difference between this transport system and another transport system that you're very familiar with, and that is your blood circulation. The blood circulation is very effective, moving around the body, whether you're sitting down, lying down, or standing up, it doesn't matter, because it has a pump. You have a heart. The heart is what has developed to pump blood, whether you're sitting down or not. Because remember, we're still affected by gravity, right? So when you're standing up, I need the blood from my legs to come back to my heart to get all the oxygen and go back down. The pump does all that, the heart, okay? So it's taken care of. By contrast, the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump. Somehow it's missing a pump, but it's 3 times larger than the blood circulatory system. Its vessels go everywhere. So how does it move? Because I just told you, it purifies the body, right? Without the lymphatic system, your body gets toxic, right? And it's located very close to the skin. So how does it move? It moves through muscle contraction.
Wow.
All right? That's how it does. You don't believe me? When you go back to Colombia, when you go back to Venezuela, wherever, right? Chile and all, Peru, wherever. By the way, ceviche in Peru is really good. So, and when you go there, you're on a plane, and you're probably spending more than 6 hours. If you take your shoes off, you cannot put your feet back into the shoe. Right? See? You all experience that.
Yes.
Correct? So why? Because the fluid did not move for 6-7 hours. The lymphatic fluid stay in your feet and it swells. You see? Yeah, you should be thinking about things like that. Yeah. That's why science is very boring, because we always look at why does it happen? I can't put my foot back in, right? It's because of edema, we call it. I think in Spanish, most likely it translates to that as well. And it's because of the lymphatic fluid, because the muscle is not working, it cannot pump it back. Lymphatic fluid, like blood, it has to circulate, and it has to circulate up to the chest. There are 2 big reservoirs around your chest area. It gets there, gets what, and it finally leaves there, goes into the kidney, and it takes all the toxic substances in your body out. Okay? So now you understand. We begin, there are other things that are associated with the lymphatic system that are equally important, what I just told you, during the circulation, but it suffices to say, it helps us understand, hey, there's nobody has been able to sort of affect the lymphatic system and help it to move better with a product. So we think, oh, okay, fine, it's a good thing to have. How do you do that? Oh, wow, we're doing this thing on the skin, right? We're making the skin really beautiful with this particular device. While he's doing that, we're starting to see from scientific studies that it affects and helps the lymphatic system to move. Right? And then with subsequent studies, we begin to understand now it does 3 important things. And there are specific benefits that you can learn later. But nonetheless, when I look at all the benefits that you get with the use of the WellSpa, and that's why we call it a WellSpa. It's not an upgrade from the body spa, but it is an evolution and transformation. It's the understanding that we got from the body spa that we finally were able to make an integrated beauty and wellness device. Okay? So now, when we look at the type of benefits, we can summarize and put all those benefits under 3 R's, even in Spanish. Restoring the body, recovering the body, and finally revitalizing the body. That's all you really need to remember. That when you use this, you're going to look great. But to me, personally, I think it's even more important. You're actually going to help to improve the health of your body. Right? So this is the power of this particular product. No other device on the market right now is actually able to have the scientific studies to prove this. Right? So important and so exciting. I mean, I had this idea 20 years ago. Why can't we integrate beauty and wellness together? But we have nothing. So you see the design, that particular, what I call the metallic notes? It's so different, right? The body spa taught us another thing on the engineering side. Every time you guys use it with the gel, you seem to drop it. See?
Yeah.
Right? It's very slippery.
Yeah.
And then you complain that the product doesn't work anymore after you drop it a few times and blame the company.
Yeah.
Right, Alan? Oh, no, yeah, why can't I get a new one? It doesn't work anymore. But you never tell me you drop it 3 times in the shower. But it's okay. But nonetheless, so you taught us that grip is not there. The flat thing is not good. That's why we came up with this design.
It's a great design.
Yeah, so even Alan loves it. So that's very important when he first saw it. So let me show you a quick video by one of our scientists together with one of our, there's another thing, there's a scientific advisor that we have, and this is a doctor, a professor of dermatology at Duke University down in North Carolina, and they can actually articulate the things that I've been talking about even in a better way, all right? So let's watch this particular video.
La vida es un constante acto de equilibrio y a veces no nos sentimos al máximo. Muchos de nosotros llevamos un estilo de vida sedentario, debido a largas horas de trabajo, comodidades modernas y poco tiempo para cuidarnos y recuperarnos de nuestro día a día. Estos desafíos del estilo de vida tienen consecuencias para nuestro bienestar porque nuestro cuerpo es como un ecosistema, necesita soluciones que integren nuestro bienestar personal y necesidades cambiantes. Por eso en Nuskin estamos interesados en la integración personalizada del bienestar y la belleza. Estamos investigando cómo la tecnología de los dispositivos puede ayudar a equilibrar la sensación de bienestar y mejorar la apariencia general. Específicamente buscamos una tecnología que se centre en la exclusiva microcorriente de control continuo de confort que contornee y de masaje. Escuchemos a la doctora Zoe Draelos, dermatóloga certificada, quien habla sobre algunos de los aspectos científicos detrás de nuestra microcorriente optimizada. El cuerpo es una máquina electroquímica. Tenemos sustancias en nuestro cuerpo como el potasio, el cloruro y el sodio, que son sustancias cargadas que entran y salen de nuestras células, porque dentro de cada célula hay una fábrica que genera energía, y esa fábrica se llama mitocondria. En cada célula hay una microcorriente, y esa es la máquina de producción de energía del cuerpo. Así que mientras estoy sentada aquí y quiero mover la mano, mi cerebro envía una señal eléctrica a mi músculo. Dentro del músculo, el sodio, el cloruro y el potasio entran y salen de las células, y ese movimiento crea electricidad, lo que me permite mover el brazo. Todas las actividades que hacen los seres humanos, reír, comer, disfrutar de la vida, movernos, son de naturaleza electroquímica. Las corrientes generadas por dispositivos externos que utilizan electricidad de bajo voltaje, como las microcorrientes, pueden mejorar la apariencia de la piel y la sensación de bienestar. La tecnología de microcorriente que se ajusta a la conductividad de la piel proporciona una corriente más alta y cómoda para el usuario. El equilibrio entre la intensidad de corriente y el dolor es importante, ya que el dolor es la forma que el cuerpo nos dice que algo no está bien. Los productos tópicos concentrados no solo conducen esta corriente, sino que también proporcionan un masaje suave y cómodo, el cual brinda una sensación relajante para ayudar al bienestar general. En una evaluación clínica estudiamos un dispositivo de masaje de microcorriente único por su capacidad de aumentar el movimiento de los fluidos. Mediante el uso de imágenes de la piel con SpectraCam, se identificaron cambios notables, lo que indica un aumento de la mejora. Este aumento de mejora se puede manifestar de diferentes maneras, incluyendo la hidratación. En la misma evaluación, observamos un aumento significativo en la hidratación de la piel mediante el corneómetro. Por lo tanto, no es sorprendente que se puedan ver mejoras visibles en la piel. Aquí vemos imágenes de un régimen centrado en la belleza que utiliza esta tecnología única al inicio del estudio y en las semanas 2, 4, 8 y 12. La investigación y la innovación de Nu Skin se suman a los avances de la ciencia y la tecnología.
Okay. Pictures in terms of the movement of the device and all, it's important, and I'll tell you in a minute why this actually WellSpa device is also a smart device like a smartphone. You know, it's really, we have engineered this particular device in such a manner that is self-adjusting. You know, and this kind of graphics, this I have to impress you, right? The scientists say here, you got to show some scientific data here. So that's the scientific data. I don't know what the hell it means, but is that it's important for once we have been able to make it and develop a self-adjusting microcurrent technology. All right, so it gives you this comfort level. There is a particular sort of power that we have to maintain to make this microcurrent effective. But it varies because all our skin is different. So skin is a conducting kind of tissue, but it varies from person to person. Because some of you have thin skin, some of you have thicker skin, and so on. So the conductance changes. Now we have a device that can adjust to that. It can sense what type of conductance is happening on your skin type. All right, so that's why we call it the adaptive microcurrent technology. So, and there are other factors that affect microcurrent. And this is just to give you an example, the hydration, your climate, obviously climate in Utah is awfully dry, that will affect this particular technology, you know, and so on and so forth. We've taken all of that into account. And essentially, collectively, we call this the self-adjusting, the ability to sense what's happening and adjust the power to the effective range. We call it the M power. Right? It actually just stands for microcurrent, but marketing people have to do something, so they call it M power. So, and what is important for all of you is that second screenshot that you see that's moving, the numbers and all that. That shows you, if you cannot explain how this particular WellSpa device works, it doesn't matter. Once you pair it and connect it, you just show them the screen. All right? And you show them this is actually in real time. This is what is happening as you move the device across your skin, depending on which location. Now, once you are, this is an interesting one, right? Somebody actually asked me this question. Yeah, can I use two of the devices together? Well, yeah, but then again, you have to be ambidextrous, Alan, right? Usually you only either a right-hander or a left-hander. Use both, you better make sure that you focus because, you know, most of us cannot do two things at the same time. Well, but nonetheless.
The woman, yes.
Yeah.
The woman, yes.
Yeah. So now, if you want to do your back, and you can also do your back, I like to see you stretch all the way to the back. So you better get your partner to help you out on that one. But nonetheless, this smart device, through this particular Vera app that we are launching, and you can pair with the device, it will coach you through different parts of the body, will require the device to use in a particular direction. Remember what I say about the legs? When the fluid is sort of pulling around your ankle, you got to move it back up. So if you use the device and you push it down, it's not as effective as moving it up. Right? So these are some of the things that we have incorporated in the coaching section of the smart device. Now, that's not all. You think the device can do everything. Well, it cannot if it doesn't have a connection to the skin. All right? Remember, when you were in school, you got to remember, electricity has to be conducted through some kind of medium. Right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yes.
Okay, you got it. So now is the reason now you're beginning to realize the relationship between the device and the gel. And that's why we include this activating gel to help you facilitate the efficiency or the workings, the mechanism of the microcurrent that we have put in the device. Without the gel, the microcurrent has no effect. Okay? That's not all. So that's one benefit or one property of the gel. There's another one. We have put in some active ingredients into the gel. And these active ingredients in the gel helps to deliver, for example, with this particular ingredient, it helps to release, with this particular one, it releases a particular substance that's called endorphin. Now, many of you may not know what endorphin is, but endorphin is a substance that is naturally being released by your body to relax. All right? To feel good. It's actually a feel-good substance. All right? And that's why science and scientific studies have proven that a marathon runner, for example, the reason why those guys run 26 miles is because they, after training and after getting themselves into that kind of activity, they cannot get out of it because it releases endorphins. It actually helps them to feel good when they run. Okay? When they stop running, they don't feel so good. And it's because of that. And now we have an ingredient put into the gel that can help you release some of that stuff and help you relax. All right? There's another gel that we have made, and this is called the body serum. Other ingredients will also in there will help you to do other things. In fact, there's an additional feature that we have not focused a lot on. It actually helps you to improve blood circulation too. Because there are little capillaries on the surface of the skin that's part of the blood circulatory system, and that if you move that, it helps to purify your body too. So there are lots of things happening. There are active ingredients in the gel. It's not just a conducting gel. So here are some pictures before and after. You're not going to believe me. These are the scientific studies. Here's an arm. Before and after. Right? After using the WellSpa. Distinct improvement. And that is because it actually tones up and eliminates some of the fat tissue below the skin. Right? These are arms, and then after 4 seconds, it should show another one. Is it going to show another one? On the leg? I think, there you go, on the thigh, back of that. There's cellulite. What is cellulite after all? The reason why some of the skin at the back of your thigh looks a bit wrinkled is because of, not because of the skin, but it's because of the fat tissue not being smooth below the skin. So when you smooth out the fat, your skin looks better, and this is what you can do with the WellSpa.
Wow.
It also reminds me, right, there's another thing. This is the first time ever that I can confidently say that the man can actually get more benefits out of this particular device than any of our previous facial devices. Okay? Because think about it, right? There's a massaging action associated with the device. And what is massage most important? That is during your workout regimen. It can be used before your workout to loosen up your muscles so that you don't sort of suddenly put your muscle into intense activity. You relax it with this particular device. And after device, what do? You don't see Lionel Messi immediately sitting down and not moving after an intense soccer game, right? They have to move to make sure they don't cramp.
Yeah.
They have to bring their body back down to a steady state and not immediately. This device can help you to do that. Pre and post workout uses with this. That's why I'm saying the guys should actually be thinking of putting this device into every gym bag. So here is the thing. What am I talking about? All these things, skin, inside the body. I'm really saying we now have a device that can rebalance your body. This is what is happening. This is why people do yoga. Is to bring the body back to equilibrium. This is why people meditate. This is what is actually meditation and all these other things they do is about restoring balance in the body. When you have that, you can achieve those benefits I just described. And when you collectively look at the specific things or benefits that I've just described in the device, when I put them together and look at the whole picture, what it is, the device is a balancing device. It balances your body. Okay? So, and here's a smart connection. This is a smart app through Vera, and you connect all these things together. And once you pair a device, it will help you to coach, it will help you to do all the other things related to demos. I'll just show you one pretty compelling demo. We say what the device is doing. Because I don't feel anything, or whatever, I can't see. You can talk about all this. Well, you don't have to talk anymore. See what's happening when you switch on the device.
Perfect.
Okay?
Yeah.
So, give you the background behind the device. So when you go and put this device in the hands of you people and so on, there is really not a lot of explanation you need to do. This is really one device that use it, man. This is, you really literally sort of something. Once you use it, you're gonna feel it, you can see it, and so on. It's really nothing like it in the marketplace currently. Okay? So afterwards, you're gonna hear something else from Tanner, but hopefully this WellSpa